What's up, Big Brother fans? So, as you know, tonight was the season 25 premiere of Big Brother, and it was an hour and a half episode, and it was pretty good. It wasn't like, oh my god, like so amazing, but it was pretty good. I wish it was a little bit longer, but it is what it is. It was just the season premiere, so it'll be fine. But let's just get into what basically some things that Julie got into, and also too, obviously this is the episode when they introduce everybody, but I did that in my last video, so I won't be really talking about that. But if you want to see that, you can check out my last video just for my opinion on what I felt about each house guest and going over, their age, occupation, how they look, what I think just based off of a picture. So if you want to check that out, you can definitely check out my last video. But so getting into this episode, Julie basically told us that the grand prize for this season is going to be $750,000. She also said this is going to be the longest season yet with 100 days. And she also said just because there are 16 house guests doesn't mean there won't be more. And we soon found out what that was by the end of the episode. And we'll get to that a little bit later. But while everybody came in, all 16 house guests, and they were standing out with Julie before they went inside, she actually showed past house guests, Danielle, Frankie, and Brittany. They came in to, quote unquote, what was it? To change the house up. So they broke in and they cracked open the multiverse. Yeah. Yeah, so basically there were 16 people. So when the game got started, she had 4 groups of people going in at once, and they went to each competition. There were 4 different competitions that they were doing, and she had each person from each group go to a different competition until all 16 came in. And let's get into that. So basically the first game that they played was Scrambleverse, and that one was played by America, Jared, Bowie Jane, and Miko. And this one was called Puzzling Headlines. And basically it was just where they had to take the puzzle. It was a puzzle of different headlines of different house guest things or whatever, and they had to take it apart and they had to fit the puzzle into a box, and whoever got finished last, they were nominated. So America won first, Bowie Jane won second, Miko won third, so Jared was nominated. So Jared was the first person nominated for eviction. And then the second competition that was played was Humiliverse. That was played by Matt, Blue, Kirsten, and Hisam, and it was called Kicking Butt. And basically they was like sitting on some type of like exercise machine thingy, and they had to like move the little bar back and forth, and every time they moved it, it would kick their butt, and they had to get their butt kicked 100 times. And the first person, obviously the first person who got to 100 was the first, and then the last person was the one that would be nominated. So Matt had first, Hisam had second, Blue had third, so Kirsten was nominated as the second house guest up for eviction. And then the third competition was Comic Verse. That was played by Felicia, Izzy, Jag, and Cameron, and that was called Goopalips or something like that. And for that competition, they basically had to connect different chords to some type of thingy, and you had to see if you got it right. If you didn't, then you had to switch it out and try again or whatever. But it seemed like they all got it on the first try. But so Jag won first, Izzy won second, Cameron won third, and Felicia was the third person nominated for eviction. And the last competition was called Scaryverse, and that was played by Red, Corey, Luke, and Riley. And it was called Hold On or Hold In Fright. I think it was called Hold On Fright. And for this competition, it wasn't really a first, second, or third place type of thing. It was more so whoever, they were basically holding on to something where they had this really big, scary hand grabbing onto them, pulling them. And whoever got pulled off of the rocks that they were holding on to. They were like laying on the ground. They weren't like standing on anything. They were laying on the ground and they were holding on. And whoever got pulled off, they were the one to get nominated. So Corey was the one actually pulled off. So he's the fourth house guest nominated for eviction. And Julie said something about we're going to find out where he went. They like pulled him like all the way to the back. So we didn't see him anymore. So I guess we're going to find out what went on with him next episode. Yeah. So I'm just giving my opinion. I don't know. It's just crazy how I don't know. I don't want to get into it yet. But yeah, so those are the 4 nominations. And as they entered back into the household, they were actually welcomed, I guess you could say, by a 17th housemate. And I think they said her name was Sari, and she's from Survivor. Now, I don't really watch Survivor like that, so I don't really know who she is, unfortunately. But this is the first time Big Brother has done something like this, and I think it's pretty cool bringing somebody on from another show. And also, too, this is kind of random, but it still has to do with Big Brother, too. But I was watching the commercials for the challenge, and I haven't watched the challenge in so long. If many of you have watched like Real World and Road Rules back in the day on MTV, then you would know that they had a competition show called The Challenge. And they would usually have people from the Real World and Road Rules on the challenge. And they would just like have the same people on there over and over again. But now I'm starting to see that they're adding different people to that show now. They got people from Survivor, Big Brother, and things like that. So I think that's pretty cool, honestly. So if that's what Big Brother is trying to do, trying to, add people from different shows and stuff just to kind of twist it up a bit, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. But that's basically it. This wasn't going to be long at all because it was just, the episode was pretty simple. Like nothing went on, nothing too serious. So yeah. So once again, Jared, Kirsten, Felicia, and Corey are all nominated for eviction. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to try to do these Big Brother videos after every episode. I'm going to try to stick it out the whole season. So hopefully I can. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope y'all have a good one. Bye.